Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance, Georgia team hating on me. Gene, BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the Viz. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad. I was like, hey, Chad, everybody. I'm
Hello, once again, my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th. And to my left is...
What is going on here? Hey, I'm Hot Mike Chance.
I don't know. What is going on?
Pause afterwards.
I'm Uncle Frank. We know a guy that could really do that. I'm Brandon E. Hey.
Brandon is back
Welcome
again.
back.
Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, please.
Am I original? Yeah. Sorry.
Bruh, before we... Dude, I saw a clip before we get started. I saw a clip where Nick Carter...
You were
They're
about
talking
to say
about-
Aaron Kinney.
Well, that too. I was going to say Aaron Carter, but he died, so
Rest in
RIP.
peace.
Nick Carter, I guess, is doing a European tour, a solo European tour, and bro, they're talking. I saw clips of like, there's nobody at these.
There's a documentary
Yeah.
out, a dirty one about him right now.
He got J-Lo'd.
Yep. There's
That's
some
what
bad
happened to
things
her,
going on
too.
around him right
She
now.
tried doing a world tour and had to cancel because nobody
Damn.
showed
Nobody
up.
showed up.
With
There's-
that being said, episode 76,
Yes, 76.
Summerslam 2024 review.
Yes.
Yep.
Shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson, one of my favorite players of all time.
Shout out.
Dirtiest crossover.
Also, give a big shout out to Clarence Weatherspoon.
All right. All right.
Armand Gilliam, I think, was a 76.
Whoa. Thrown it way. Whoa.
Manute Bol was definitely
Short. Very short.
No, he was
Big bow.
definitely.
What was the big tall? What was the big tall white dude that played for him?
George.
I was going to say Barrington Levy, but he
Oh, good God.
Oh, Barrington Levy, dude.
I don't even know who that is.
I'd also
The
like to
dude that
give,
sang on a song with Shine.
Yeah,
Ho.
that song was great, man.
Skibbity boppity bibbity bo.
Not the scat man, skibbity boppity boppity boppity.
He's the original skibbity boppity.
I also like to give a shout out to Elvin off the Cosby Show for no reason.
Okay.
Shout out to
We're
that.
just throwing free shout outs to everybody.
Oh, you get a shout out. So first of all, let's do the real shout outs. Trouble Spirits,
Yes.
Revolution One Media, and all 3711 of the freaking
3711.
wrestlers that sit up front. Last episode, Jimmy Hart took a bit of a
He
tumble.
took a dive.
He's been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah,
I think
He
he's
has.
doing
I
that
don't know if he's got CTE or what's going on.
That
but
second episode does him in. He's
that fall was pretty nasty last
Yeah,
week.
and I got a good clip of that one too, where it's like in slow motion of him just like he gets stuck right
He
there.
thought
on the
about
edge.
it and just let him fuck.
Poor
it.
He said,
Jimmy
"Fuck it,
Hart.
I'm gone."
Poor
He said,
guy.
"Screw
But he
it."
still smiles. He's
He's
all
just
smiles.
great.
He's
He
got his
deserves
teeth.
better than that.
We're here. But SummerSlam, or should we call it Jelly Slam?
Jelly Slam, dude. 2024.
Mean choke slam.
Dude, I mean, but Jelly was from the beginning of SummerSlam to the end. I think he was on the pre-show. He sang "America the Beautiful." I think Liar was
Yeah.
played through the whole PLE.
Shout out to
saying PLE.
Zach Crowell. Well, he's on that song. Sorry, it's my buddy.
Yep.
Yes,
Shout out to
shout
that crowd, dude.
Yes. But I mean, it was SummerSlam featuring Jelly Roll.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think as
We went from Coco Beware to Jelly Roll.
Dude.
That's where the origins of SummerSlam.
That's
Yep.
true.
Coco to Jelly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Coco
dude.
Jelly.
Coco Melon. Shout out Coco Melon. Great children's program.
Spent many hours watching that on the couch.
Sitting there chilling with Squincy's little girl watching Coco Melon.
yeah.
oh, dude, you can just hear that the little chime. It's just in your head, and it's an earworm. It's stuck there for the rest of the time.
Yeah, but we wanted to go ahead and do a review of this because it's been a couple weeks since it came out.
Yeah.
With us pre-recording, it's just kind of how this timeline
Then
worked
you
out.
had you had a big show that SummerSlam weekend too.
Yeah, dude. That show in Taylorville. I was there for that. So it went really good. But we got when we pre-recorded, we did the returns and the debuts,
Yep.
which were the previous two episodes. But now we're back again, dude.
Yeah. With but like I said, we Jelly sang "Amazing Grace" to start it off and everything. But we started off with the women's title match again with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And once again, I think they put on a hell of a match.
Great match.
Rhea was selling the whole thing with the shoulder issue.
Was that a work or is she really hurt?
I think it's a work because that's where she was put.
Yeah, she sold it so good.
She sure did.
Like at first, I was like, oh no, because just the way she hit and everything, it looked.
I thought so too. I was like, dang, like she just spent all that time.
Because that's the one that Liv Morgan hurt. That's what put her out for injury
And-
for a while since
okay, so
WrestleMania.
that was the
And
play on
Liv
that.
Liv sold it too. Like she backed up off of her, and
I know,
you know,
I was
like just like if she was really
And as
injured.
much as you fucking hate the dude, Dirty Dom is the ultimate seller too. He was playing that whole freaking match, and as much as you love to hate him, he does his role.
He does his job
so fucking well.
He
He
does
was
his
on
job.
Impulsive
Yeah, I
recently.
haven't watched
and,
that episode yet.
and he was in character on that most of the time too.
Yeah,
like when
I
they
mean-
brought up Rey Mysterio and all that, he was
Yeah,
talking about
he's-
him being a deadbeat dad and all that stuff.
I think he's accepted of what he's capable of doing.
He's also he's been injured too. They just don't talk about it a lot. So he's been doing like a lot of like just that kind of stuff and by Miss Elizabeth and by Sting.
Yeah.
He's been
what they
doing a
call
lot
it,
of
Dominic.
like side work / just selling the storyline really well. But I don't know the legitimacy of his injury, but he's done some really good work in selling being a very over heel.
Yeah, because I mean he was
You're
already
gonna
a
have to
heel, and then for
spread
him to
Miss
turn
Elizabeth's
even
legs there,
more.
Tony.
And his haircut is very heelish
His
too.
haircut.
And he looks
I hate him.
as much. I know he's Rey Mysterio's kid, but he looks so much like Eddie Guerrero, WCW days.
How many of those hairstyles did y'all see it slamming and jamming in Lebanon?
That's all you saw. Is that a razor bald
everywhere.
face? That's all you
It's
saw.
everywhere.
It's everywhere, mother. I ain't gonna say it right now.
But I loved it when Rhea did the whole thing where she slammed her shoulder into the announce table and the whole popping it back into place. And
Yeah.
As much as I'm not a fan of Corey
Pop it on, drop
Graves,
You don't like
bingo.
Corey?
He's not my favorite.
You like Corey Feldman or Corey Graves? Which one you like better?
Corey
I'll take
Haim.
Cor-
That's my favorite.
Corey
I'll
Brewer's-
take
Corey
Corey
Brewer's my favorite.
I'll take Corey Feldman's sweet ass solos he's got going on tour right now with
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's on tour with Limp Bizkit right now.
I will say this though. The only
Corey Feldman's the worst motherfucking singer of all time. I'll never forget when Skeggs sent me the video of him performing live on some Today Show.
Yeah.
And I have never in my life
He's the
thought
comeback
something was
king.
funnier / more cringe. Because he didn't think he was being real.
He
Oh, yeah.
thinks
He
thinks
still
he's Michael
is.
Jackson.
He still is,
thinks
dude.
he's Michael Jackson.
Dude, look up
Yeah.
Comeback King he's on tour right
He
now.
is.
Oh yeah, I know he's on there with Riff Raff. and
Yeah,
them,
with Riff Raff and everything, with Limp Bizkit right now. I guess he's like the opener. But yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild.
The only thing I say about that match is I ain't gonna lie. I knew the turn was coming.
Oh yeah, everybody knew
Yeah.
that it was coming.
Yeah,
I like how they teased it too with the chair.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
pulled the chair away from
A couple
Liv
multiple times
And
they were
every-
teasing it and
yep.
everything. And then,
But it was good because Rhea was about to hit Liv with it, and if she would have done that, she would have been disqualified. So the announcer sold it as like he's just protecting Rhea from losing or
Yeah.
not being able to get the championship. But then the turn happened at the end. It was a huge pop.
oh yeah, I mean, it's a great way to start. It's a
It
great
was.
match to start off
It
the
sure
show.
was,
I mean, it set
absolutely.
the pace for the show because the rest of the show was a banger. I mean, and I think this is a good for a single night pay per view, PLE, whatever you want to call it. 7 matches is a great
Yeah.
pace.
One thing that somebody said online recently that I could not agree with more, that one thing WWE is doing very well right now is they're doing a really good job of having really good like storylines to separate both like some people who don't watch the premium live events.
Yeah.
There's enough storylines just on Raw and SmackDown that they don't always transition over to pay-per-views or PLEs, what you want to call it.
Yeah.
And some of them do. So they're doing a really good job of like, oh, this is only happening on Raw. This is only happening on SmackDown. This is going to happen on both.
Yeah.
So they're doing a really good job of keeping some long-term storylines going right
Well,
now.
it's just all this new direction, and it's just leading up to the first of the year, and it's got me super pumped for this whole Netflix era that's going to kick off.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Likewise.
I think I'm going to start watching it weekly on like once the first of the year starts.
I will jump on it now.
I mean, it's
You don't have to watch every
yeah,
bit
you don't
of
have
it,
to
but
watch
like,
every, and you can watch like
you,
keep up with,
you
Even if
see
you
this
just keep up with
turn
the
coming.
YouTube.
yeah, keep up with their YouTube channel, and you can
It
keep
shows
up with
it.
all
They're
the
saying some
storylines.
stuff on there right now that they shouldn't be saying, and I'm loving it.
They're
man.
getting because they're teetering. It's pushing to that level.
I don't know how explicit they'll be able to get at the beginning, just because they're still going to be on SmackDown and they're still going to need sponsors for the PLEs
That's
most
true.
likely.
Yeah.
But I think once everything transitions over, they'll have.
Did you
way
see
more
that?
So
coverage.
Did you
PLEs
hear
will be
what Rhea said to Dom on Raw the other night
I-
about how you stuck me from behind?
uh,
But I'm sorry, it's gonna be the first time someone's told you, but it just wasn't big enough.
yeah.
It's that little attitude
Yeah.
era, like sprinkling in that attitude era stuff.
Oh yeah, they're saying some stuff,
Yeah.
man. It is Drew and Punk. Man, we'll get to that. But
Oh yeah, that's the next match of the night was you had Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental
Man, I
title.
like that Braun Breaker dude.
That's
I saw
my
the
dude,
highlights of
man.
that match, and that
Yep.
dude is
That's my dude.
He's a machine.
beast. Yeah.
He's the next.
That's when he did the flat jump thing.
Yeah, dude
Oh,
is
yeah.
an athletic specimen.
He's a former football player.
He played at
He's
Kennesaw
He's Rick
State.
Steiner's son, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
I think they clocked him. I think they said 26 miles an hour is what
Dude.
he runs the
I
ropes
think he's
at.
like 26. Him,
Yeah, he's a
I
young
think
guy.
Him, Dom, Rhea, they're doing a good job of like literally letting young talent get over now instead of waiting till they're like 40.
Yeah.
Like they've done in the past. So they're young talent, man.
You can tell he's got a very limited move set
Very,
right
very
now.
limited moveset.
I mean, it's all to his strength. It's all power moves right now. And
he's Rick
everything.
Steiner's son with the mentality of Scott.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
bingo. That's
Yeah.
a great comparison, and he's only going to get better. And setting him up with Sami Zayn, one of the best technicians there is,
Absolutely.
is a good mix. I mean, it was a good match. It was shorter than what I thought it was going to
It
be.
looked like he hurt himself. It looked like he kind of got dinged up a little bit, like dang, their concussion ish. He didn't.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was out of it from what
And
he
I'm
did.
really surprised. I mean, I guess Sammy was just a placeholder for the IC title since Mania.
It's Mania.
I mean, if there's going to be somebody to do it in that situation, it's Sami
He's so
Zayn.
good.
I
Sami
mean,
Zayn
he's
is
so
Does he-
good.
Does he kind of get the Ziggler treatment?
Yeah.
Yes
puts other
and
people
no.
over.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because he's a part of more storylines, though. Ziggler
Yeah.
is just like always, prior to leaving WWE, he always was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like Sammy was a big part of the bloodline and then their rival and their storylines. And he did he's the one.
And then him and Kevin Owens had a good storyline with the
that
tag
was
titles.
absolutely. And the fact that he was
He's
part of
always somewhere in a title, is somewhere in the title mix.
he beat Gunther too. So
Yeah.
Gunther
Yeah.
is definitely, that's the only time he's
That-
lost. So
That's why I didn't like how short this match was.
For sure.
Because, like,
Yeah.
they kind
it
of,
just kind of threw that away.
for sure.
No,
I agree with
that's
that.
great. Yeah,
I agree with that.
It could have gone longer, but you could tell that. I think Braun does that the whole Goldberg thing where he gets himself so psyched up at the beginning and
He's gassed.
he's gassed out and everything. He's
Yeah.
got to learn to
He needs to slow it down a little bit.
slow it
It's
down
like
and
me on stage, bro.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
yeah.
First two songs.
Slow
100
it
miles an
down.
hour.
Pace yourself. Realize there's more.
You got like 15 minutes to go in this match. Don't blow your load in the first.
Hell yeah! Shout out to that.
Pause. While everybody says pause.
Blow your load too
my,
fast.
my least favorite word ever. But
But I mean, his entrance is great. Everything about him
Yeah.
is there.
shout
for
out to the
Superstar.
Steiners too, though. They were there.
Yeah, they were
Rick
there
and
up in
Scott
the
were in the press in
Yeah.
the sky box, whatever.
And I think Nash was up there
Nash
with him
was
and
there.
everything.
They got like a little Legends box now.
But
so
he's
they were
a
there.
superstar in the making.
For sure. But I agree with you. Like I'm glad that no one. I acknowledge that as well. That the skill set's a little limited right now, but
Yeah.
the potential is there.
Dude,
Just
it's
slow it
so
down.
there.
Yeah.
It's so there. And I
And then
think,
they're like that. But think about how limited Batista was at the beginning,
yeah. Oh,
and
he's
even all through Kevin Nash's career, he was the sixth move, and he's
Yeah.
one of my favorite big men.
The difference between
yeah.
Batista and Braun Breaker, though, is Batista came in the game really late in his age.
That's true.
Braun
Yeah.
is super young, so he still has a chance.
Yeah,
to,
Batista was like 10 years older than that.
For
yeah,
sure.
he was a run.
And a lot of that has to do with, it's easier for them to get to that spot because used to you would have to work and get noticed by
Correct.
WWE, and now they pretty much have just an assembly line of wrestlers, that
form-
they can-
yeah,
so they can
farm
they can
system.
get them trained how they want them and get them out there a lot quicker.
Another
Yeah, 'cause
box
he-
check for the positivity of the things Triple H is doing.
Yeah, because he said he could have won in the. I think he got drafted.
Oh yeah, he did.
He
It
got
was like
drafted,
a late round draft.
late
pick,
round
yeah.
draft pick. I forget which team he made
Oh, for the NFL. Oh,
in the
damn.
NFL
Oh,
and
he's
everything.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a
Nose
running
guard
back.
or something?
No, running back at Kennesaw State.
Well, he's
That-
legit.
dude, that's where
Yeah.
him running the ropes at 26 miles an hour comes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How
Dude, it's
He's fast.
what. Just look up highlights of him just running the ropes.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing that the ring itself doesn't move. from how fast he is. I mean, he's a specimen.
He really is.
The potential is through the roof for him.
I'm glad we all agree because I've been a fan of him since he came on.
Oh yeah, since he came through, I mean, he got elevated through NXT super quick because
they know
the it factor's there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so, but yeah, then you had probably, in my opinion, the best match of the night, the Logan Paul LA Knight match.
Every time Logan Paul steps in the ring, the match is good.
I heard he's going to step away for a minute. Is your wife pregnant or something?
I think he's about to have a child, and I think he got a little banged up.
He definitely got banged up, and it was real. And he's acknowledged it and talked about it on his podcast.
And I think he's been banged up. He's been a little banged up.
He told Dominic that he wants to get more involved now. He wants to start doing live events and all that. But I'm sure he'll wait, get some rest and spend some time with his
did you see the interview
kid.
with him and Taker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taker's like, dude, slow it down, man. You got so much career left in you, man. Like, the moves are cool. I applaud it. I could never do that, but just slow down.
And he said he was able to do the moves like that because he's not wrestling
every
such
night.
Bret Hardy mentality in it.
Yeah.
He's able to
Dude,
take
that
some
moonsault
breaks.
that he did off the rope where he jumped and turned
that was insane.
Yeah.
He's good,
on
man.
the top rope and a perfect moonsault.
He's good.
And LA Knight was just right there with him, move for move, the whole match.
That's good. LA Knight is a late bloomer.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
he's
is
very
he
comparable to like a Batista.
He's like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
That's
he's a
crazy.
grinder
He's that
though. He
athletic.
grinded
Dude, it is.
yeah.
He came through TNA. He came through.
Who was he over there?
Oh,
Was it
gosh,
Eli
what was his-
Drake?
Yes, Eli Drake.
Oh,
Watch his interview. WWE's been putting out Cody Rhodes podcasts.
Yes.
Dude, I've watched every episode, and they're really good. And this first one, it was with LA Knight, and they talk about a lot of them coming up, and it's fantastic interview.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the Cody ones. They've been great.
I think that there's one with Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, I think it's the latest
Is
episode.
that on the YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's like on and it's called "What Do You Want to Talk About?"
Oh yeah, I saw that thumbnell for him and Orton.
Orton was on there.
It's
Watch
on his
them though.
bus.
He's got one with the Miz. He got one with R-Truth.
The Miz one's great. I watched the Miz one.
Yeah,
Shout out Matt Cardona gets a shout out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Is that Zack Ryder?
yeah.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
But man, they put on an absolute from the beginning bell to the end. Even though with the MGK stuff getting involved in the
There's a
match,
little cheese, but it's
it was a little cheese, but it's Cleveland.
Absolutely.
It's Logan Paul. I thought with the whole brass knuckle thing, I thought there would be a whole lot more sell at the end, but it worked out perfect. You knew LA was about to get. They had to put a strap on LA.
I would have. I feel like if they didn't, all his momentum would have been
just
completely- for
and
sure.
he's a perfect person for the U.S. title.
God, I love listening to his interviews, man.
He's so great, and the
He's
reaction
really
that he
dope,
gets, he's got a
man.
new intro music now.
Yeah.
He's got great crowd participation
He does.
behind him.
I love their build up too. Their whole build up. I think they went off script with some of the shots they took at each other.
Oh yeah,
on them.
Just that whole bit, like the build up and through the whole match.
Because what was his name with LA Knight? Logan Paul said he was like a fake Rock and Stone Cold. He's like, dude, if I had like a dime for every time I've heard that before, like you're not saying nothing original. Like
The prime
they
truck.
they were taking shots at each other, man. I loved it, man. Like,
Dude, well, the one move that got me, Logan Paul was athletic as all get
Yeah.
out. And I think BJ said it the last episode or the couple episodes ago. For the limited amount of matches he's put on,
man.
they've all been barn
Every
burners.
single one.
And he's been, like BJ said, he's gone against the big dogs
Yes.
in every match.
Yes, every single match. Yes.
And he's been there.
I think he's not afraid to put the work in.
No.
No.
Like
No.
he takes it serious and not just looking at it as a paycheck. Like he actually wants to make an impact.
Well, yeah, because he definitely don't need the money.
Yep.
No, he don't need to know.
Yeah.
He don't need it. I mean,
Speaking of putting in the work, I got to give a shout out to my main man Chance over here.
What's
dude.
up?
At some point, there's got to be a zoom in of the shirt that this cool guy's wearing right now.
Dude,
oh yeah,
I got you.
Is that not amazing?
You talk about putting in work. That match was two athletes putting in work right there.
One of the greatest matches ever.
Of all time.
Yeah,
Shout out to my son Caden for
Shout out
getting me
Caden.
this.
I love it.
Yep.
Tell him where.
TJ Maxx.
Can
Oh.
get you some.
What a
Are you
find.
serious?
Yes,
Yep.
bro. His son
I thought you
found
ordered
it.
it online.
I know.
No,
dude.
that's freaking amazing.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hey,
Hey, yo.
spoiler alert. Wait till you see the shirt that I'm wearing in the next episode.
Oh, spoiler alert!
You gotta,
Spoiler alert!
tune in.
You gotta tune in next
Go
week
on
to
with your
see
bad
it.
self, Chance.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa!
That's a little bit of the marketing side right there.
That's also
Chance
like
is
you're,
always working.
keep 'em
he's the
coming.
X factor of the show.
Yeah,
man.
he is. He is the factor of this
Hell
show.
yeah.
But yeah, the one I'll go back to the one move that got me is when Logan was up on the top turnbuckle and LA Knight pretty much box jumped from the mat to the top turnbuckle. Like, and he's a big boy.
Dude.
He's a
Yeah.
thick boy.
That's the
Yeah.
clip I saw. I said
And-
Braun Breaker. I meant that one.
Yeah, and
Well, Braun Breaker did it too.
yeah, Breaker
I'm not
did it
sure.
too. And what I like about LA Knight, his boots are always Jordan 11 referenced.
Okay.
He was. You go back and look. His boots look like the Bred 11s. He usually wears the white and the Concord 11 boots.
See, this guy's a
But-
shoe genius over here. His only
Yeah,
shoes
he
I've
wore-
ever wore is British Knights. I don't know any other shoes.
Speaking of Knights, you wore the British ones.
Yeah, LA British Knight over here.
LA British Knight, dude. That would be the name of the episode if we didn't name them. LA British Knight.
British Knights. God, greatness. I guess. And then we had to go to the bathroom match of the night.
Yeah.
What a letdown!
Yeah.
Like going from
Are we ever?
so high to
Yeah.
so low.
Yeah.
Is anybody ever gonna care about Nia Jax, man?
I just, it's not unbelievable that some of these girls can beat her.
Yeah,
That's so true. Because she's a beast. Literally
Yeah, I
and
mean,
figuratively
I'm
a
not
beast.
saying no shame against her. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody has different body sizes and different body types and everything.
Yeah.
But it's hard to believe a girl like from Damage Control can beat somebody like
Yeah.
Nia Jax or as good as Tiffany Stratton is. I don't see like it's hard to believe that these people can beat her
Yeah, for sure.
in a way.
I do
Yeah.
like that they did try to build her up with the king or the queen of the
Yeah.
ring stuff and
Yeah.
trying to get her, you know,
Yeah.
to build her up a little bit. And
I mean,
didn't
she's-
just throw her in there, but that's
You can take her serious.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure,
Oh yeah,
you
but
know,
she's
as a-
very limited
Yeah.
on what she can do.
That's the first Bailey match I've seen that was like, but it wasn't Bailey's fault.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't Bailey's fault, and
Yeah.
Bailey's usually, like you said,
Bailey's
always
so good.
so good in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And, it was
it's
just,
just-
it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Nia, unlike like a lot of the bigger men, she just can't sell the way they can sell. Like Brock Lesnar, for example, he's a beast, but like even if he like whoops you, he sells.
He'll sell.
Yeah.
And like she just
He's
has a
agile.
hard time,
Yeah.
selling. But
And she's got a track record for hurting people.
she is the track record for hurting people.
And they give her. And the thing is that she has a track record for her, and her finisher is the Yokozuna Banzai
Yep.
drop.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the worst move to give to somebody that hurts people.
And she's not ever going to get any better. Like, I hate to say this, though. Like, I always one of those who I like to just go and look at ages to kind of see where they're at skill set wise. She's like our age.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until after SummerSlam. I was just like, good.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you can't approve after being released, doing what you've done, like, I just don't know if she can. I think like her actual character and the work she's put in character wise and actually promo wise has been really, really good. Like she called Bailey BBL Bailey on one of the interviews.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny right there. That is not a BBL anybody.
No, that's got to
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, but you know, it
She's
is
just
what it
limited.
is.
She's
Yeah.
just so limited, and it's
Yeah.
hard
I
to
think
get.
she's just getting through because of the name.
yeah.
Because of her
That's
shit.
a case of it's
like-
not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she's a title holder right now for the whole. Probably her and Tiffany Stratton are
Yeah, I'm
gonna
curious to how they're gonna.
how they're gonna separate them and
Yeah.
everything because she's got the money in the bank and all that.
She's
but
over.
Is Jade Cargill still around?
Very limited.
Yes,
Is
Yeah.
she hurt
limited.
right
She's
now,
with
or-
Bianca. They're on SmackDown
Oh,
with
SmackDown.
Bianca.
She's just limited.
Yeah,
Period.
and she's
Yep.
got some more. Keep her
Is
with
that the one
Bianca.
I was
for a
really
while.
impressed with at Mania.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I could see them two.
They've already had a
possibly
match.
in a-
And-
They had a
and-
match at that was the first round of the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
She just kind of threw
Threw
Jade
her
around.
Yeah.
Why would they do?
Because she's just such.
She's a monster.
She is
Yeah.
like I don't
But
know.
is it going to be Charlotte that comes back? And
That's what Kevin Nash
Probably.
said. Did you see that? I don't know if you read that.
No.
Yeah, they're saying that Charlotte would be the one, but she's done that
Becky,
too.
Becky Lynch is gone.
yeah, I think Becky's taken quite a bit of a leave.
Mhm.
In all honesty, I don't think
Yeah.
we'll see her back for
I
a
don't
while.
think so neither.
For a long while.
yeah.
But Charlotte's due to come back anytime.
Yeah.
So,
They say she's ahead of time. She's ahead of her injury schedule. So
but that was a total space filler match right there to kill time. And I think that's when was it before that match that we had the whole, or after that match that we held the R-Truth and the Miz, and
that was pretty bad.
with Grayson Waller and
That was the worst thing of the night, personally.
and then Jelly come out with gave him the chair shots
Yeah, that was
and the 5-knuckle shuffle
yeah, that was.
and all that jazz.
that
What
was-
did R-Truth? I forget what R-Truth called Jelly Roll.
What
Post
did
Malone, you called him Post Malone.
Yeah. He's a trip, man.
Yeah.
But how crazy was it seeing Jelly in the ring with all those guys?
We're
and
at the
getting
point
a
now. I think
segment?
we should safe to say there's nothing should surprise you anymore
No.
about the
It
rise.
was surprising seeing those guys in the ring with Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
And now he's-
that's to the point. I mean, they treat him that way.
Not only did he hit that choke slam, but he hit that 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah.
he did.
Dude, that choke
He
slam.
came up off that mat like it was nothing.
I don't know if it was Waller or
So
the other
tell
guy
me.
that sold
They
that
sold
choke
the
slam.
hell out
Oh
of
yeah, he got
Austin
good air
Theory.
for him, but
Yep.
that shit
But
looked
he,
good
the,
though.
the,
Yeah,
the
he did
picture,
it right. Yeah.
the picture
One-handed.
of it. Yeah,
One-handed
one-handed.
choke
I mean, Jelly did everything perfectly.
I
on
mean,
it.
he's never
And
been
a 5-knuckle shuffle.
He's never been a corner cutter of doing things the right way. You know.
No, yeah,
he
for
puts
sure.
in the work, man.
But I mean, hell, that's not the. I mean, hell, you got the story of seeing Jelly in the ring a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, against Finley.
Finley?
He punked Finley.
With an old
Yep.
TNA event or something like that.
Yeah, Crossfire in Nashville, Tennessee.
Well,
At the
I
Cross-
bet.
At the fair.
Crossfire,
At the
dude.
fair. Yeah.
Did Burt Brennan host this event?
No,
Oh.
but it was a shady promoter because he shut the show down like a few months later and
Oh wow.
took some money for some people. So
wow.
You
Shoot
don't
you on
say.
that.
That's
Yeah, never
happened.
happened. Never.
Shyston
No.
motherfucker.
Wrestling business is very stand up.
and Jake the Snake Roberts was supposed to be the next person that came through, so I was highly disappointed.
Early 2000s, Jake Roberts
Oh,
would have not
I think
been
you would have been
nice.
disappointed
Yeah.
if you saw
Exactly,
him at that point.
yeah.
Salute
Yeah.
to Jake, but that was the dark time of Jake's career.
Yeah.
That was- then we have one of the I guess I would have called it the co-main event, but you had the heavyweight title after this one. But you had the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk match with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee.
Match was a banger.
Storytelling at its finest in a match.
Yeah, it's been the best storytelling of the year.
I can't remember a time where someone was injured and probably told a better story
yes.
than if they
Oh, my
could whenever they
gosh.
were wrestling.
I
Yeah.
could not agree with that more.
Yeah, like
It was
that,
a whole.
they did
you-
that perfect.
You called it. It was a whole SummerSlam '96
Mhm.
match all over again.
Pretty much.
As CM Punk wore gear for that SummerSlam '96, he wore Bret Hart gear for the match
Man,
in
dude.
everything for it.
Yeah, that
It's
whole
just-
build up, the whole match.
It's storytelling down to every little piece of the match.
I think freaking Drew McIntyre is a star, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a star.
he's got it all.
He's got it all.
He makes me feel bad because me and him are the same age, and I'm like, man, I got to step it up.
That's how I feel about LeBron.
I need to grow about another foot and hit the gym.
I mean, he's a physical
He
specimen.
really is.
I mean,
man.
he's got it all. I mean, he can talk. He could go in the ring. He's got the look.
Oh yeah,
And he's there for all these big moments.
for sure.
I mean, but that
They
match,
both have been banged up too. It's not just
Yep.
been Punk. Drew's
Yeah.
been a little banged up too. Did y'all notice all the cupping
Mm-hmm.
marks in the match? That's like dude got some intense cupping done before that. And the makeup could not get that
covered up.
covered.
But
Nah.
see, Punk looked in great. He looked
He
in great
did.
shape.
He
That's
sure
some of
did.
the best shape that I've seen Punk look at. Better than AEW.
Yeah.
Better than when he left because he
Yes.
had a little bit of a belly when he
Yeah.
left WWE.
He's
the
put
first
the
time.
work in, man,
Yep.
in both facets since he's been
But
back.
Seth Rollins,
I
Seth
love
Rollins
Seth
is
Rollins, man.
it's what the guys that they have at the top of the card.
It's loaded right now, man.
It's
Yep.
it's loaded.
But he's
with-
hurt too, apparently.
Yeah, I
again.
think he's taking a little time off.
Yeah, I don't
again.
think he's ever been completely healed. That's why he's been
Mm-hmm.
doing more of, like he has even kind of just been around a little bit since prior to WrestleMania.
Yeah. I see him probably he'll come back Mania next
It's kind of
year.
ironic
with
though. Him and Becky are both off right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe
I think
baby
they
number
tried
two's coming.
that. I think they tried that a while back, and it didn't last very
Yeah.
long. They ended up both coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Seth will be back. It's too ingrained in him, and he's just an absolute super.
Yeah.
All three of those
Oh, my
guys
God,
are
he is.
superstars.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, just the whole bracelet ordeal within the match. I mean, the match was long
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and it had its gaps in it, but it was just like I said, storytelling.
I think by
through the whole
WrestleMania 41, I think we'll get a Seth CM Punk.
Yeah,
match.
that's what I'm
They've
thinking.
been kind of brewing to that for a little bit as well. So
And I think I'll take a Gunther and McIntyre for you.
Yep.
oh man, yeah.
They're not wrestling this?
Yeah, him and Damian Priest had the next for the world heavyweight title.
Banger.
Another great one. Another great match.
I predicted it though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you knew
Yeah.
it was.
It was time.
Yeah.
It was
Time.
like LA Knight. Same
Yeah.
thing with him.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
knew.
Gunther is a heel superstar that they need.
Oh yeah.
and he's everything, and he's everything that you could ask for in a monster of a man heel.
Yeah, he is, man. Like the whole ring general kind of fits him perfectly.
Yep.
And I don't think he's gonna lose that title.
No, he's
for a
gonna
long
hold
time.
that.
I was getting ready to say that. I kind of hated that Damian kind of crawled his way to the top,
Mm-hmm.
started getting over. He don't necessarily need the title.
No.
But, like, he's really proved to me that he's one of the big boys now.
Yeah, he can hang.
He can hang.
He can hang.
Yeah.
And what was crazy, me and my brother were watching that match, and I got to thinking about it. I saw him wrestle at a Ring of Honor event here in Nashville. Probably 6 years. He was Punishment Martinez
He
in
sure
Ring of
was.
Honor.
Yep,
And
That
he
is
was
a terrible name.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so much bigger
Yeah,
than
probably
everything.
like 200
Yeah.
pounds more.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy that
He's another older guy.
it's crazy. Like once these people go over to the WD, like the body transformations
Yeah, man.
that these guys go through because it's the big time.
For sure.
And then you also see the body transformations from guys that go from the WWE over to AEW,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Well, they just kind of do what they want over there.
yeah,
So.
Yep. It's
But-
like a retirement home
Yeah.
for wrestlers.
But that match was great. And then we saw pretty much the ending of the Judgment Day
Well,
with that match.
That version of Judgment
I-
Day.
that
thought
that
that-
story's been good too.
It has
Yeah.
better than I
Yeah.
thought it was
and
going to
it's
be.
been a slow burn, and you didn't really know, like
Mm-hmm.
with Finn Balor, like where exactly was he, but you felt the tension between
Yeah.
him and Damian Priest.
I didn't like Judgment Day when it first
Yeah.
was created, when it was just Rhea, Edge, and Damien. I
Yep.
didn't like it. I
Yeah.
thought it was boring, man. I
and then
thought
when
it
they
was-
brought Finn in,
yeah, and
Yep.
it's just gotten better.
yeah.
Huh?
But the only downfall of that match was when Damien hit, I guess, the choke slam thing and had
Yeah.
to push Gunther over
Yeah.
to the ropes. So
That gave it all away,
It
man.
gave
Well, I
it
knew it
all-
was going to happen before that, but that
yeah, I was like,
super, yeah, that was cringe,
it
man.
got a little too far in the
Yeah.
middle of the ring. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a great match.
He's had a couple of episodes like that where a couple of big botches.
You couldn't help but notice that one too. Like it wasn't no getting.
It was
around
yeah.
that,
There's no because the camera was right
yeah,
there
it's
on
right
him.
there, man.
And
got-
he literally pushing,
Yeah.
rolling the guy over towards the rope. It's like, what?
Yeah, I knew
You
it.
should be rolling on the other way.
Exactly.
And then the whole Finn Balor thing. I mean, you knew the Judgment Day was going to end with, especially at the beginning of the night when
I
Dom-
think
Dom-
Finn
that
Balor
damn Dirty Dom
is one of the most wasted
Mm-hmm.
guys
on the roster.
because he should not even be a heel. He should be very Stingish like, where he should be doing the demon character a lot more. He's a great wrestler. He has the look.
Oh, yeah.
He's so much better than just sitting there making a mean face.
Yeah.
Finn Balor is a freaking star.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
they've never, ever really done him right.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't know why they got rid of the whole demon thing.
I don't
with
either,
him.
man. It
And
was
use
over.
it on the right occasions like they did with NXT and when they used it for when he got up to the main roster.
Yep. It was great, man.
It was
And they just haven't done it.
No, it's wasted. He's wasted potential,
He is so wasted, man. But
and he can do it all. He's one of those
yeah,
do it all guys.
yeah.
But then I guess we had the undisputed undisputed championship match with Cody Rhodes and Solo.
I'm gonna say this about Solo, man. That's what I took away from this match. He bores me. He's boring. He just literally when I watch him, when I look at him, I just want to fall asleep. But when he gets in the ring, Tattoo can go.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I was like impressed.
yeah. Everything outside of I can agree with you. I don't like him talking.
No,
I don't like him being the tribal chief.
but damn, I was that match right there was the most Umaga I felt.
Yep.
I felt Umaga in like through the screen on
Yeah.
that. I'm like, this dude can go.
Yeah.
He should be the face, not the heel, in my opinion. Cause that dude, man, he impressed me. He impressed me.
And then I love Jacob Fatu is
dude,
that dude's on another level. Even though he's in a boot right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was part of it, him getting hurt. There's talk that
That's
it
been
was
such a
part-
blur line thing of
and
that.
everything, and he came out Friday. He made an appearance Friday night,
he had the
took
boot
out-
on.
He had the boot on Friday night.
He didn't move the way he usually moves, so I do think there was an
Dude,
injury.
his shin banged off the corner of that table pretty
Yeah.
hard.
Maybe it was supposed to be a work and it turned into a shoot.
I think it's
maybe he messed it up. And
They've done a really good job of making you wonder on that one, but holy smokes, that dude.
He's something special.
Yep.
Chad, that boy bad.
Yeah.
That boy bad.
He's another one that he doesn't, and his body transformation already,
Yeah.
because he was a chubby boy in
Yeah.
MLW, and as soon as he
Yeah.
came, he's leaned up. I mean,
Yeah, man.
athletic as a mother.
I want a Brock Lesnar Jacob Fatu match in the worst way.
That would, you talking about ultimate booking right there?
Man, I would love to see that one. I know, they're gonna do a slow build to Roman and him, but that dude is.
And see, I like the whole heat. There's natural heat between Tama Tonga and Roman Reigns because Tama Tonga talks shit about Roman on Twitter and stuff. Tonga Loa is a botch just waiting to happen.
Dude.
That dude is terrible.
Jacob Fatu.
Get Tonga Loa out of the mix.
He's hot garbage on a July day. Dude, Jacob Fatu is the real life mean what you hear about him in real life and Umaga in the ring. That dude is a combination of just I will kick your ass.
Yeah,
Like
nothing. Yeah,
and it's real.
he's scary.
Yeah.
Because I think he's been to prison.
I bet you they let him out because they were scared of him. That dude is a real deal, man. Like that's one of the few I watch and I go, okay,
Yep.
yeah.
And then Roman makes his appearance and looking like a fucking
He's
stud.
a freaking that's the man.
I'm curious of when they're gonna bring Paul back though.
I'm curious when they're gonna bring Paul and Jimmy
Yeah.
back.
But his entrance, taking his time, just soaking it all in, walking it out. I think he's got a new entrance song, a little remix to it.
I mean, just think about it too. Like the Wild Samoans passed away in recent weeks, actually.
I think,
and they both have been a part of the Bloodline storyline.
yeah. Whole what is the red thing called? I don't want to. The whole tribal chief thing. I don't know what it's called.
I'm not sure what they call it.
I'd look it up, but I can't pronounce it.
Yeah. Whatever the red beads thing is that means so much because that's been a big storyline. Roman's had it in his hands.
Yeah.
He's made a point to get, and then it's been taken away from him.
For sure.
So that's going to be. I don't think Roman is worried about the belt so much right now. He's more worried about dealing with the bloodline and setting things straight within the bloodline.
Well, apparently, too, like I have been admittedly slacking on my indie wrestling of the last year or two. I used to be really on it, but apparently there's another one of the Samoans.
I think I know which one you're talking about. That's a stud. He was in Cleveland.
He's supposed to be a bad boy too.
Yeah,
like can match Jacob.
Him and Jacob tagged together on the independent scene.
So he's apparently next up.
I think he is Umaga's son.
Okay.
I think he's legit. I think he's Umaga's son.
So he's apparently might be the guy at some point that can help even up the odds and be on Roman's side. And I've also heard that it could potentially be Jacob could turn on Solo at some point to side with Roman. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's crazy how they've reignited the whole bloodline.
Yeah. I'm still not crazy about it, but
it's got you watching it again.
I like
It's
some,
got
of
you
the,
invested.
some of the players involved in it.
Yeah.
This has been going on since 2020, though. Jesus Christ.
And like I said, Friday night, this last SmackDown, they put Roman through a table and took him out. So,
and apparently Jimmy he's been there the last couple of weeks in the back.
Yeah.
So they just hadn't used him. And I also have heard that, the whole blurred line of if Jacob was hurt or not, Jimmy might have made a return that night. Did you hear that too?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it'll all come out at some point.
I think we're setting up something. I think the next the Bash at Berlin is the next PLE. I think it's setting up something for Survivor Series.
Probably
we're gonna have a
big old war games,
war games type bloodline
Jacob
versus
just
bloodline.
wrecking everybody.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait to see him like full fledged in a match, like getting time in.
Yeah,
because he's something special.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
But I'll say this: Survivor Series was an A+ as a whole for a pay-per-view for me.
It was great, man.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, did I say Survivor Series? SummerSlam was an A+ PLE for me. From top to bottom.
And Money in the Bank have been the big boys this year so far. Yeah. I think Cody's delivered every single match since he's been the
he's
title
getting some hate as
That's
the
what
champion.
they do,
and
man. I don't care about the internet.
That's
why
he's a white meat baby face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't care
how
what.
they refer
Personally, I could care less what social media thinks about anything. I don't. That's why I don't post much. I don't care what social media thinks.
No. He's selling tickets.
He's over, man.
He's pushing the needle as a champion, as a
thought-
babyface champion.
I haven't seen a bad match yet.
No. You know what you're gonna get out of each Cody match.
Quality.
Exactly.
He's quality, man.
And him and Solo put on a barn burner.
Yeah,
It
because
was
like I
great.
said, I was bored going into that match. I was like, I know it's gonna happen. I want to watch it. Solo gets on my nerves, and I'm like, dang.
No, they
Like, dude
but
was
then
putting on a clinic,
and Cody
man.
could have a good match with a toothpick.
Yeah,
And so,
he sure will. He can.
but yeah, as a whole, it's an A+ for me.
I'd rate it A+ too. I almost like it probably as good or better than WrestleMania.
I
agree.
agree. I'm the reason why I'm gonna vote it over WrestleMania just because I'm not. I mean, I know it's gonna continue to happen, and it's just getting started with SummerSlam. But I'm not crazy about the 2-night
Nope.
thing.
Yeah,
It
I like the
doesn't-
single
doesn't
night.
feel
It's
as
too much
special.
fillers. Yeah.
And we talked about it before. I like it being on Saturday night.
I do love that.
I like the Saturday
Yes.
night PLEs because then you're not having to go to work the next
Correct.
day and everything on a late pay-per-view.
I agree 128% on that.
I'll agree the other two.
Okay.
So 130 total.
Bingo. Well, boom, that's SummerSlam for you.
SummerSlam recap completed.
Yep.
Bazinga.
Episode 76 of Over the Top. What's this? Over
Which-
the Top podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all have subscribed by now. If you haven't, fuck off. Subscribe.
Do it.
But seriously, thanks to everybody, man, for all
Yeah.
the support. We're closing in on 900 subscribers, so y'all be sure to hit the subscribe button. Share this video. Shout out to Troubled Spirits. Shout out to Revolution One Media. And shout out to all the wrestling gang, guys.
And shout out Squints615 for
Yes.
the awesome intro we have on our videos.
Shout out to that intro, that sitcom
Shout
intro.
out.
It's so great.
TGIF for life.
We're out this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance, Georgia team hating on me. Gene, DJ the DJ keeps the party going.